Hi, my name is Caitlin and welcome to Old Fashioned Graces. Today I'm going to show you how to cloth diaper for under $25. Alright, so in one of the last videos I showed you how to cloth diaper for under $50. That was a no thrifting, no sewing way to do it. So today I'm going to show you how to cloth diaper for under $25. Now we have a couple different options when it comes to these things, so I'll walk you through them and then you can create the plan that works best for you. This is going to usually require a little sewing, although you can do it without any sewing. It just looks a little different. So you are going to need two parts to your cloth diapering system. You're going to need something absorbent and something waterproof or water resistant. The first step I would do is recommend checking out any local thrift shops you have. You can get sometimes like actual cloth diapers, pre-folds, that kind of thing, sometimes all-in-ones for $1 or $2. I personally do not spend more than $2 on a used diaper, but it's up to you. You can look at it and decide what you want to do. I have found covers before for as little as 50 cents. In my area, usually they're more like $5 to $7, so you just have to watch, keep your eye out, look on free pages and all that, look for cloth diaper bundles online. Again, usually they're a bit pricier, but occasionally you find something. So let's say that you've done your research, you can't find anything, so you are starting from scratch. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to find either a very soft wool blanket or fleece blanket, and you're going to either eyeball or print a free diaper cover pattern off online and make yourself a diaper cover. Now, if you are using wool, then you will most likely need to sew around the edges to keep it from fraying. This is a homemade wool cover that I made from an old coat. So that's an option. If you really want to do wool, but you're on a budget, look for people who are getting rid of a wool coat that's stained, or look at resale shops. It's okay if it has a little damage to it or if it has a stain. It's going on your baby's butt. You can work with it. So I cut out the general diaper shape. At this point, I borrowed my mom's serger, but you could totally just zigzag around the edge, or some of the wool fabrics you don't actually have to do that with. It just depends on the type of wool. And then I folded it over and put in a little elastic here. This makes it fit better, but you can actually do it without the elastic. You just have to kind of snug it up and attach it better. Now, for under $25, you're probably not going to be able to get a thing of snappies because they are, to cloth diaper for under $25, you're probably not going to be able to purchase a thing of snappies, because when I just looked them up, they were $14 for the pack. So unless you can find them used, that's going to eat up like half your cloth diapering budget. So I would do is go find some of the cloth diaper pins. You can still get them at like Walmart or some other stores, Meijer, sometimes the dollar store even has them. And you only need like 4 to 6 because you're going to reuse them. They are not going to go, they're not going to hold the diaper onto your baby. They're just going to be what attaches the diaper cover. So your baby's going to be nice and safe and protected because it's going to be attaching this part, and there will be absorbent in here that protects your baby. If you are able to find snappies or one of the other diaper cover attachment options that are not diaper pins, those are my preferred, but I mean, diaper pins work. People use them for decades and they're cheap. They're usually 25 cents to $1 a piece. So, I mean, they really, really are cheap. So you've picked up a fleece blanket or something wool and you've made your diaper cover. I will also attach a link for a fleece blanket. It's nothing special. It's just one that would work and is not crazy expensive. That one's $9. Most resale shops have a ton of the fleece throws. You don't need it to be thick. You don't want it to be that super plush fleece. You want it to be the thinner fleece. Like the cheap fleece throws that just have the stitching around the edge. They're just one layer. That's what we're looking for. And now you're going to need your absorbency. So my recommendation is to go to your resale shops, and in everyone in my area, I can always find a bunch of receiving blankets. So they're cotton receiving blankets. They come in a variety of sizes. This one's quite a bit bigger, but they're a cotton receiving blanket. They all work just as well. If they are brand new for some reason, washing them a few times will make it more absorbent, or you can just put it on your baby and then wash it after they use it, and you'll be all set. Your other option besides receiving blankets are flour sack towels. These are a bit harder to find at the resale shop, but you can occasionally find them at the store for as little as $1-ish a piece. So it really all depends on what you can find at your resale shop / your like Walmart, dollar store, all that. Look and see if they have the flour sack towels for around $1. If so, you'll be all set. So you're gonna want 12-ish absorbent things. So that should be like a combination of the receiving blankets and your flour sack towels, and at least two covers, ideally 3 to 4, but at least 2. So once you get your cover all made, either with elastic in it or not, the other thing about the fleece throws is it's a polyester fabric, so it works similarly to wool but without the antibacterial properties, but it has that wicking moisture away, and it doesn't fray when it's cut, so you don't have to sew around the edges. The only thing you would have to do to it is add elastic if you wanted it to be extra snug around the legs. That's it. So you're going to have your cloth diaper cover. You're going to take your absorbency. You're going to simply fold it in half one way. Doesn't matter which way. Most receiving blankets are in squares, some are rectangles. Do it again, so we're in quarters, and then you're going to fold it again. If I was cloth diapering a smaller baby, such as a newborn, I would fold it down a little bit so it's a little shorter, and then fold in like that. Put it in the middle, like that. Baby's butt's gonna go here. This goes up between the legs. You're gonna tuck everything in so the cover goes around it. Reap the back tabs around, and then you will diaper pin it or snappy if you have that. So you're gonna diaper pin the tabs to the front of the diaper. And you're gonna do that. And then you're gonna wash your diapers every night. So any used diapers and any of your covers that need to be washed will have to be washed every night with this stash. But you can cloth diaper for essentially the cost of 1 box of diapers. Although we exclusively cloth diaper, we recently had a 5-day power outage, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be more like 2 weeks. So I was unable to wash my cloth diapers, so I bought a package of diapers for the first time since my oldest was a baby. It was weird, but I got, I think it was 60 diapers for $21. So for basically the cost of a box of diapers, you can cloth diaper your child until they outgrow standard size cloth diapers, which is around 36 pounds. So for most kids, that is through potty training. You can cloth diaper your child for essentially a box of diapers. It's amazing. Now, if you have a little bit more money, what would I do? So you have a little bit more money, say you have more like $40. What would I add to this to make it a little bit nicer? One, I would definitely spring for the snappies. We love them. They say you have to throw them out after 6 months. We get more like a year and a half out of them. So there's that. They're not as disposable as they say. So I would add snappies to this, and I would add another 6 to 12 pieces of absorbency. That would allow me to double up for bedtime if I needed to, and also push it to every like 2 to 3 days that I was washing as opposed to every night. And I would make sure I had at least 4 diaper covers. But this is how to cloth diaper for $25. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was really helpful. I will link a few things below, but really if you're trying to do this on the budget, I highly recommend resale shopping. Otherwise, if you don't want to do the sewing, if you don't want to do the resale shopping, check out my other video, which is also linked, about how to cloth diaper for under $50, and then you can just order everything online and have it shipped to your door. Let me know if there's any other ways to cloth diaper that you want me to talk about.